Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's video. I'm Mr. G, your weather forecaster today, and thank you for joining me today. I hope you guys all had a great day. It's been pretty hot over on the East Coast. A lot of heat and humidity. Much cooler here across the upper Midwest and into Minnesota and Wisconsin as we had a front come through last night. That front triggered a very large derecho down across the Chicago area, over northern Illinois, through parts of Wisconsin, as well as through Iowa and into Michigan. So we saw that derecho come through with 80-mile-per-hour winds and some tornadoes possibly over central Illinois. That it could have spawned some tornado as well as across I-55. We had the highway closed down because of that storm, and some semi-trucks get blown over. So a mess of highway I-55 through central Illinois, and we also had a lot of damage from high winds. We had a dam break in central Illinois because of heavy rainfall, so we also have a lot of mess and chaos through parts of central down into southern Illinois as well. So a lot of severe weather to speak of in those regions, but a much more pleasant day here across the state of Minnesota, as things which was much more quiet today. But we're going to see that severe weather threat shift into parts of the Northeast, and we're going to see those severe thunderstorms through parts of western upstate New York and western Pennsylvania, eastern Ohio, eastern side of Michigan, and into Vermont, New Hampshire, the interior portions of Maine as well. So if you are along the interior of the Northeast and New England, as you head into your Wednesday, we're going to see the severe weather threat shift to those parts of the country as well. So we're also going to share some more pictures from my trip to Alaska, and we're going to take a look at Glacier Bay today. So be ready for those near the end of the video. So let's move on with the rest of the video, and I'm going to show you that derecho from on the satellite from yesterday across northern Illinois, and you can see this blow up over eastern Iowa and it blows across northern Illinois, Indiana, and into Michigan and through Ohio. So we saw that big derecho blow up across the upper Midwest yesterday afternoon and into the overnight hours. You see the daylight and it goes into overnight. So you see after dark that severe thunderstorm, that derecho moved into Ohio into the overnight hours. So here is a look at some of the wind reports from that storm, and we saw wind gusts 75 miles per hour there at Chicago's O'Hare Airport. Rockford had wind gusts 64, as well as into Naperville, Indianapolis, and Chicago Midway. Both reported winds in the mid-50s. And we also see wind reports from Camp Grove, Illinois, Davis Junction, Lena, Aurora, and Footville. We saw wind gusts over 100 miles per hour near Camp Grove and Davis Junction, but winds in the 90s near Lena, Illinois. Aurora, Illinois is where my sister-in-law lives, and they are 86 mile per hour wind gusts yesterday. And here we are with that severe storm threat that's going to be making its way into the Northeast. We're going to see those severe thunderstorms moving into parts of New England as well. So western Pennsylvania and into upstate New York. So Buffalo, Buffalo, we can see some severe weather. But Rochester, New York, and also up to Watertown, New York as well. We're going to see that severe weather threat. And then across upstate New York to parts of Vermont and New Hampshire. And we're going to see Pennsylvania, see some of those severe thunderstorms too, that we're going to see that this evening. So we're going to see a 3 out of 5 chance for severe weather through parts of upstate and central New York today. And we're going to see a tornado watch in place right now through parts of upstate New York and through Vermont and western Massachusetts, maybe even parts of Connecticut. So central New York to Vermont, Massachusetts, and parts of north central near Williamsport, north central Pennsylvania as well. An active tornado, a severe thunderstorm watch is in place right now. So the potential for damaging winds, large hail, heavy rain, and an isolated tornado is also going to be possible. And here we go with that rainfall forecast that we're going to see through the day on Wednesday. And most of you are going to be picking up less than a ½ inch of rain, but some of you, I don't know what's going on with my clicker here. Am I clicking way too far? Okay, I'm having a problem with the green screen where the green screen is having an issue, but it is a green screen issue. I have to edit this, but it should be rainfall right in here, but there's an issue with the green screen. But it should be a lot of rainfall right in this region. We're going to see lighter rainfall here across the northern tier of the Northeast. But again, that severe weather threat tomorrow will shift to New York, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, up to Boston. So Maine, southern Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York City, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, around the big cities through the I-95 corridor from the mid-Atlantic all the way up to New England. We have a slight risk for severe thunderstorms. We're going to see a 2 and 5 risk from Boston all the way down to Norfolk. So a new 2 and 5 shot for severe weather for a pretty large area across the Northeast and New England for your Wednesday. And we're going to see hot temperatures as well across the East. 101 degrees today in upstate New York. In New York City was your high. We have 111. The heat index was 111 in Virginia Beach, 102 in Charlotte. That's the heat index, which is the perceived heat because of the temperatures in the 90s and the relative humidities in the 70s and 80-degree dew points. 104 in Charleston in South Carolina, 95 in Atlanta, 99 in Jacksonville, Florida. But however, the heat index is 107 in New Orleans. Jackson was 106. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to kill everybody. 106. 105 in Memphis. Dallas is going to 107, and also in Oklahoma City as well. So we have that heat in place today. It's going to be hot again tomorrow, but we're going to start to see cooler weather begin to invade the Northeast as well behind those showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. And so we have a lot of weather heat advisories in place. Most of the eastern seaboard is under excessive heat right now, but elsewhere we're looking at heat advisories across the Mid-South down to the Gulf Coast, up to the Ohio Valley and the Tennessee Valley, and across the Southern Plains as well. So Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, parts of Louisiana. We are going to be looking at the Mississippi River Valley. Going to see a heat advisory. A few areas going to see excessive heat advisories, but we're going to see excessive heat all the way up to New York City tomorrow. Here is our current temperatures across the country. These are the actual temperatures. And we're looking at a lot of temperatures in the 90s here across the state of Texas. 98 in Texas today. Dallas, Fort Worth. We're looking at those temperatures in the upper 90s here across Abilene and Lubbock, Texas. We're looking at it very hot across the desert Southwest. So Phoenix, we're looking at temperatures in the triple digits. Phoenix again, Vegas, the interior deserts of Southern California. So Palm Springs, Needles, Bishop, Beaumont, those areas, we're looking at those temperatures in the 110-degree range here across the desert Southwest. And we're also looking at it very warm here across the Pacific Northwest. So the Northern Rockies, and we're talking about east of the Cascade Mountain Range here, down slope on the eastern side across the semi-deserts of Colorado, not of Colorado, but of Oregon and Washington. We're looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. Some temperatures in the 90s, some triple digits as well. So a lot of heat across the Pacific Northwest. And again, a lot of that heat in the east with those temperatures in the middle to upper 90s. We're also looking at some scattered showers and thunderstorms here across parts of the U.S. And I'm having issues with the blue screen, but I didn't see it before till I started recording. But just remember, there's all the black spots here is rain showers and thunderstorms. So there's no, right now you're seeing it as black. The green is turning up as black. So it's just a glitch in the green screen software. And again, a black screen here, but this is the dew points. You can see the temperatures, some of those dew points in the 70s down across the south. So I apologize for the green screen. At least I'm not blurry, but the green screen is having some issues today. And here we are. I didn't see it before. I just noticed it now. So, and here is where we're going to be seeing, again, there's the issues with the green screen. Again, it's not picking up. This should be yellow because of the severe weather. This should be green because of heavy rainfall and severe thunderstorms across this region as well. So we're going to be seeing thunderstorms throughout parts of the Midwest. We're going to be seeing those thunderstorms again possibly tomorrow in the Northeast and New England. Just isolated to scattered thunderstorms elsewhere, but no severe weather expected. Heavy rain is going to be possible across parts of the central Mississippi Valley. Again, some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Heavy rain here along the mid-Atlantic coast. And some of my pictures from my Alaska trip. Again, some of the mountains there in Alaska, in Glacier Bay. Glacier Bay, again, some more pictures of Glacier Bay. Let me stand over here where you can see the picture a little bit better. So, some of the mountains there in Glacier Bay. I'm seeing more of the hanging glaciers. Not all of the glaciers come down to the tide water or to the shore or to the coast. Most of the glaciers are actually high up in the mountains, and there's an example of another one of those hanging glaciers out there in the mountains, high up in the mountains. Not all of them come down to the coast or to the shore. Here's another glacier here, and this is, I forgot the name of this one, but this is a smaller glacier here, but we have this glacier, and then here is another shot of the Glacier Bay coming into Glacier Bay. Beautiful Glacier Bay, it's beautiful. And here again, Glacier Bay, and this here is Marjorie Glacier. This is one of the cleaner glaciers. They're absolutely filthy looking right now because these mountains here are granite, so there's a lot of winds here often, and there's also a lot of, some of the mucky muck, because these are thousands of years. These are very, very old, so they're not pristine. They haven't had, it's been months now since the last snowfall, so you're starting to get kind of dirty or whatever. It's just like when it snows here in the winter. When the snow first falls, it's fresh and pretty and white, but as the winter goes on, the dirt and mud gets over it and it gets nasty looking. So by the time we get to spring, then we just have sludge and it's just gross looking. It's not pretty and white no more unless you get fresh snow. So this is kind of what happens with the glaciers when there's not fresh snow. Now, this is actually Hopkins Glacier. This one is Johns Hopkins Glacier. And this one is Marjorie Glacier. Here's another glacier in Glacier Bay. This is one of the more white ones that we saw, the cleaner looking one. But you can see the blackness on the edges here. So this is where it's kind of dirty, but there's still glacier still going over this way. That's not rock. That's actually a dirty glacier. And what's cool is we actually saw calving on this glacier here. I saw a piece of it fall into the water, so it did some calving while we were there. That's what people really go to the glaciers to see, is when they're calving, and unfortunately that calving is an effect of the climate change and the warming temperatures. So we're seeing the glacier slowly receding. This glacier is about 100 and so miles long, about 2,000 miles long, as it goes back across into the mountains and back across the fjords out there. So we're seeing them shrink about 2,000 feet a year. So they're actually shrinking out here. So we're seeing the glaciers eroding here. This darkness here is just more glacier. It's dirty glacier. It's just dirty. Here's another image of the glacier, Marjorie Glacier, and here it is from another angle too, Marjorie Glacier. So you're seeing pictures here of what I saw in Glacier Bay. And that is today's video. My name is Dooley Godot, your meteorologist. Thank you for watching me today. And we'll show more pictures tomorrow. I'll share with you some pictures of Skagway, and we'll get to Ketchikan as well. And I'll show you some Seattle yesterday. So we'll see Skagway and Ketchikan over the next couple of days as well. A couple of the other stops we made on our cruise into southeastern Alaska. So thank you for watching me today. Leave your likes, comments, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys again tomorrow night. Bye-bye.